Yeah, for the last few days since the 2 goals, I've got that scoring feeling back again. Even in training yesterday, I bagged the cup. I was thinking, I'm going to go on and run it.
Because I've got to be honest, I mean, I text you after the free kicks against Real Madrid. I've not seen one since.
Yeah,
I mean, they are.
I don't think we've had one.
But mate, I don't know. I watched those games and thought, because I knew you've always been a great striker. I've seen you play since you were 13, 14 years of age, but that was just amazing. And so you only like scoring goals in twos. I think that's the problem, see, Jack. You know.
No, you ain't wrong. Them goals, obviously. I don't think they'll ever be topped in my career.
No, in terms of quality. But the ones at the weekend end up being as important.
For sure. I think the importance of the goals, chipping in, and the value of, not underestimating the value of chipping in, like being a midfielder and scoring 2 is rare, you know, especially in a game like that. We was 1-0 down, Bournemouth, really good side, tough, hard. The manager's amazing, the way they press, the way they run. So to go there and win, after not the best first half performance, but second half much improved, it was massive. And where you can chip in and help the team, I think it's massive.
Exactly. 6 points clear. Carabao Cup semi-final to come. Champions League, you're top of that group as well. Could things be any better?
No. I think you've got to, like you said to me earlier, you've just got to embrace it. I think we're in the position we're in because, you know, we have amazing players, we have an incredible manager, we have a team that are fully buying into what the manager wants, and we're going out on the pitch at the minute and things are falling into place. And in football, when you've got that feeling, you know, there's no better feeling than winning football matches. You know, it can either make your weekend or break your weekend. You can either go home and you're deflated, or you go home and, you know, you're buzzing. And that's what this training ground's been since the start of the season. You know, there's been a real good vibe, real good energy around the place. And
new signings added a lot to that?
Yeah, definitely. I think if you look at what you just said then, top of the Champions League, top of the Prem, Carabao Cup semi-final, usually when you bring in 7 or 8, it's hard to embed them all in at once. But I think we've done so well as a group, with the manager, everyone, just pulling together and making them feel as comfortable as possible, as quickly as possible. And yeah, they're all doing really well for us.
It feels like you've got a good relationship with Zubimendi as well. You two, in terms of passing the ball to each other, you've got a good understanding. Has he helped free you up as well? 'Cause it looks like you've got that freedom to just drop into play as a 6, but also if you want to go into an 8 and arrive in the box and help the forward line, you can as well.
Yeah. Well, I watched a lot of him before he even signed for us, and the type of player he is how he plays for Spain. As one of the best in the world. In front of the back four, the brain is just, the way his brain works is just ridiculous. Takes the ball in the half turn, 1 and 2 touch, left foot, right foot. And when I was watching him...
Well, you played against him in the final.
Yeah, he come on, he was amazing in the final.
Because Rodri came off, we thought, God, this is a result, but this little rascal came on and we struggled to get near him, didn't we?
So good, he's so good. And he's like that even in training. But when I was watching him, I was thinking, when I knew he was coming in, I knew it would kind of help me, free me up a little bit, just because he's always there. And as a midfielder, you know, you want to have that confidence and belief in your partner that even if he goes, you see his goal against Villa, he was in the box, and then the other holding midfielder was waiting. So we've got that natural understanding, and I think the manager's always banging on about to us too about playing close together, having like close relationship on the pitch in terms of passing distances and being able to pass the ball to each other at every given opportunity. So I've loved playing with him. He's been amazing, and
it seems like he's taking your game. Well, when people talk about you, Dec, too, like now, everyone's always talked about you as a top Premier League player, but now people are talking about you being one of the best midfield players in the world, Ballon d'Or. I know you're smiling, no, but genuinely, these are people. This is what people that understand the game. It's not just making it up. It makes you smile, but I think that's probably because you're so humble about it.
I know. Well, I'm just Dec from Kingston, innit I?
No. You know what I mean? Listen, you're doing L'Oreal adverts now. Don't be giving it like I'm the shy guy. You know, listen, I'm trying to nick my ads. Be careful, mate. I was in for that one as well.
You know what it is? It's like they're the right conversations to be in. I think you want to be in them conversations for sure. Listen, you see Arsenal fans, I think that they just really appreciate what I'm doing for them in a minute. And it was West Ham fans a few years ago when I was playing for them, they were singing my praises. And like I said, when you're being compared to the best players in the world, obviously it's nice and shows that you are doing something right. So yeah, long may that continue. Like I said, you want to be in them conversations, and it shows that you're playing well. And I think that's why you play football. You want to play at the highest level.
I played against, obviously you. I've not been in the sanctum of the dressing rooms and everything, but I remember playing against Petit and Vieira many years ago, and they were, alongside Keane and Scholes, the best. They were just so perfectly balanced. And just talking about you and Zubimendi, Do you feel personally imagine if you were to win the title, and then you can then certainly people will be talking about these two are our Petit and Vieira. Does it almost give you that feeling that that's what you want? Because that's the next step, just to win a title, and that's when you start to get mentioned in the same breath.
Yeah, definitely. I think we all know that as a group. I think it's been 22 years since Arsenal won a Premier League. We know the stature of it. We know what it means to everyone here. And we know it's the hardest competition to win. You know, it's 38 games. It's so tough. Every week you've got to be bang on it. So to be able to do that, if we can do that, would obviously be a dream come true. And not only for me and Zubi, but for the whole team, you know, it would put us in a different bracket at this club, which would obviously be incredible. But there's still a long, long way to go. 18 games, we're going to give it everything we've got. And like I said, it's all about the confidence and the belief, and we fully have that.
After Liverpool, you got Carabao Cup. I said the weekend, I don't know if it's something to you that would make sense or not, that just that first one of the Carabao Cup, getting a trophy across the line might just calm everything down and give you that bit of... But I always remember Jose Mourinho was a master at identifying that trophy, and obviously Pep's made it a big one for them.
Massive.
Is that because it also keeps everyone involved in the squad as well?
Massive. You see last year when Liverpool-Newcastle final, what it meant to both of them teams to try and win that. I remember speaking to Sterling last year when he was here, and he said that one, City obviously won 4 in a row of them, 5 in a row, and he said that was the one where in February you have that final, you win that, and that kick-starts you a bit of momentum, you know. And obviously if you can get to a final, obviously Chelsea a great team, new manager, so it's going to be a good test. But if you can get to that final and if you can go on to win that, definitely puts you in a really good place. And obviously it's a trophy at the end of the day. You want to keep winning these prestigious English trophies, so it's really good. In
terms of the players here, Dec, who's your best mate? Or are you just one of those guys that just likes to be with everybody?
I'm one of them. I'm with everybody. I don't have one like specific best friend, but I'll mix with everyone, and I think that's important. You know, I'm good with everyone.
You're 26, Dec. I couldn't believe it. I mean, you've still got many.
I know. It feels like I've been around years. I've played so many games in the Prem now. It's crazy, but it just goes so fast. Honestly, it goes so fast. And
is the Premier League change? I remember that I was doing your game. It feels... it was sort of when you come out the pitch, I can't remember who the game was against, your first goal, you'll remember it, great finish.
Arsenal.
Arsenal, of course it was. I was doing the game. You ran off, you know, the skinhead at the time. But it has... the game feels a bit like it's changing in terms of how quick it's getting, in terms of more obviously set pieces have been a big part for Arsenal, but... It feels like it's going back to how it used to be sort of 20 years ago, where teams have been working on second balls more and it's not so much playing out from the back. Is that a fair assessment? Are you noticing that this year?
Yeah, definitely. I think you're noticing every team you face now is they're trying to maximise the most they can out of set pieces, like throw-ins, corners, restarts, quick free kicks. You've got to be so... Like, we nearly got done with Bournemouth on the weekend. Quick free kick, they stop, bang, ball over the top, Brooks put one wide. It's like...
You get your goal from that as well.
Yeah. Everyone's trying to gain a quick advantage now. And you have to be switched on at every second because teams have quality. And like you said now, you notice it. Second balls, duels, battles, everyone's so strong, so physical.
1v1s in terms of marking, you know what I mean? But who's the toughest opponent? Who do you find, I know you don't want to give too much away, but if you said there's one player that, oh God, I'm playing against him today, I've got to be bang on it.
Right now, in the Prem?
Yeah, or ever. Who's been the toughest opponent? Anyone taught you a lesson, that's the level I've got to get to?
I remember playing against David Silva at Etihad, one of my first games for West Ham. That was tough. That was really tough. But that was my first eye-opener to, like, the Premier League. And everyone, we get spoken about David Silva. And we was playing a back five, and I was actually the right side of a three, and he was, like, the left eight. And you just didn't know whether to go into him, whether to stay. He was just so smart, and I was just like, well, how can you be that intelligent?
How do I get to that level?
Hazard, when I played against Hazard, he was just... I would put him up there with one of the best. I think now, obviously, great midfield battles that I love playing against. Everyone talks about it all the time. Caicedo, he's obviously
good.
Unbelievable midfielder at Chelsea. His consistency that he's shown from Brighton to now, another £100 million player is incredible. Gravenberch for Liverpool.
And obviously Liverpool, you know, tomorrow, that's going to be
massive game,
midfield
massive battle. There's so many good players now that you play against. It's not just one or two. Obviously, I've just named them two, but every week, Hoyes is a different challenge. And I think that's the good thing about the Premier League. You're testing yourself against the best every week.
and the Liverpool game obviously is big game, big occasion, crowd behind you. How important is it you keep that home form because the crowd feel like they're with you all the way at the moment?
Yeah, it's massive game. We need the Emirates again to be on it. Like you said, we know we're unbeaten at home. We need to go out there and give it everything we've got. You know, the energy needs to be right. We need to transmit that energy on the pitch, give them the right reason to cheer and to push us on. So yeah, it's another massive game, but it's one at a time. You know, it's just another one down at the Christmas schedule, and hopefully we can get another win and keep pushing on.
Nice one, mate. Well, listen, thank you for your time.
Top man.
Keep your form up. And then when the summer gets a bit... We'll get the golf clubs out. We'll get the golf. We've not even spoken about golf. There's too much going on. Well done, Ben.
Thanks,
so
mate.
pleased you're doing
Top
well.
man.
Mikel Arteta reveals which phenomenal Arsenal star has reached new level. Gunners boss delighted with exceptional response from player who has not been starting of late. Eberechi Eze has impressed Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta with his exceptional response to a spell on the bench. The summer signing has not played a single minute in the Gunners' last 4 Premier League matches, watching from the sidelines as Martin Odegaard has returned to his best form. Eze has not featured in the top flight since he was replaced just before the hour mark against Wolves last month. Arteta pointed to the club's strength and depth as a reason for that, and the fact that Arsenal are on a 5-match winning run in the league. Eze has been exceptional when he has played and when he hasn't played that much, Arteta said. That's a big quality that we have in the squad that we have to recognize, because then the other players can fulfill roles and everybody is happy because the team is performing and winning. Eze scored a hat-trick in the North London derby win over Tottenham in November and got an assist against Bayern Munich a few days later. It has otherwise been a fairly quiet start to his career at Arsenal since a £60 million move from Crystal Palace. However, Arteta insisted that Eze could not be doing any more in training to push his case for further opportunities, praising his attitude in recent weeks. His level of desire has gone even higher, Arteta said. The way he trains every day, the way he wants it and wants to make everything that it takes to change my mind and give him more minutes, he has been phenomenal. That is not easy. It is easy to expect it, but with the level of players we are talking about, that is not easy. I am very confident we are going to see a great version of Eze in the coming months. Arteta also backed Viktor Gyökeres to find his form in front of goal as he looks to end a run of 9 matches without scoring from open play. Despite that drought, Gyökeres remains Arsenal's top scorer in the Premier League this season with 5 goals. No Arsenal players sit in the top 20 of the league's goal-scoring charts. We want the goals to spread, and our strikers are scoring over 20 goals. That's the idea, said Arteta. I'm probably better not to talk too much because those players and the quality that they have around them, then they can go and score 10 games in a row. So we're going through that. That's normal. Take it with naturality. The good thing is that the team is performing really well and winning matches, and that's what we need. Completely stupid, Thomas Frank explains bizarre Arsenal mishap as Tottenham boss is spotted drinking from an Arsenal-branded cup at Bournemouth. Thomas Frank has explained why he was bizarrely spotted drinking from an Arsenal-branded cup ahead of Tottenham's Premier League clash with Bournemouth. The Dane, who is already seeing his position in North London called into question, risked incurring further the wrath of disgruntled supporters when seen strolling around the Vitality Stadium with a drink that promoted Spurs' fiercest rivals. Dramatic evening for Spurs at the Vitality Stadium. Frank endured a night to forget on the South Coast as little went his way in a dramatic contest with Bournemouth. Having started on an unexpected low as he took to holding a cup that sported the Arsenal crest, things did not get any better on the field. Spurs led early on against the Cherries as Mathis Tel broke the deadlock inside 5 minutes, but they trailed 2-1 at halftime. João Palhinha restored parity 12 minutes from the end, only to see Manchester City-bound Antoine Semenyo snatch a 95th-minute winner for the hosts. Arsenal Cup drama leaves Frank open to ridicule. Frank was left open to further criticism and ridicule at the final whistle, with more uncomfortable questions being asked of how he is handling himself in a demanding Premier League post. Some of those focused on his failure to spot that he had been handed an Arsenal-embossed cup, with the 52-year-old former Brentford boss being accused of taking his eye off the ball in more ways than one. Frank responded to that line of questioning by saying, "I definitely did not notice it. It would be completely stupid of me to take it if I knew it. It's a little bit sad in football that I need to be asked about it. I would never do something that stupid. I think we're definitely going in the wrong direction if we need to worry about me having a cup with a logo of another club." Spurs boss explains why he drank from Arsenal cup. BBC Sport claims that Frank was handed his customary cup of coffee by a staff member arriving at the Vitality, with Arsenal having visited the same venue on January 3rd. Nobody in the Spurs camp noticed what had happened. Frank went on to say at his post-match press conference, "Definitely not noticed it. I think it's fair to say that we're not winning every single football match, so it would be absolutely, completely stupid of me to take a cup with Arsenal. Is there anyone thinking I've done that? All the staff has done it. They've been in the changing room the game before us. It's normal to take a cup. Give me an espresso. I do that every game. I think actually it's a little bit sad in football that I need to be asked about that." After coming unstuck late on against Bournemouth, Spurs are now winless in 3 and have picked up just 1 victory from their last 6 top-flight fixtures. Unrest is mounting in the stands, with more frustration being aimed in the direction of the playing and coaching staff. Frank said of the players being caught up in angry exchanges with supporters, having already been booed from the field of late. "I haven't seen that situation, that's one thing. I think it's fair to say everyone involved in Tottenham, players, staff, fans, everyone, it's a tough one to take today. I think, hopefully, everyone can see how hard we worked to get everything in the right direction, and I think overall the performance was good, especially in the second half in a game where we deserved to get more. That is extremely painful to be part of, so of course people are frustrated, I'm frustrated, so that's natural." Tottenham fixtures 2025-2026, next up for Spurs. Spurs, who finished 17th last season under Ange Postecoglou, but salvaged their campaign when winning the Europa League and qualifying for the Champions League, have slipped to 14th in the table. Collective attention is about to turn to FA Cup matters and a third-round tie with in-form Aston Villa on Saturday, before taking in a London derby date with West Ham in their next Premier League fixture on January 17th.